PlayStation, and I've then realised that there was I thought, oh, there's a first one, but that was only available on PC. But it became free on Epic, and I grabbed it. And I was thinking it was the first one. I checked it up. Yeah, that's the first one, everything. Because I couldn't remember the actual name of it. There's 3 of them. The first one follows the first book, and the third one follows the second book. But I think the second one, the actual story was written by the author. They got the author of the books to write that, the storyline for the game only. It wasn't following any of his books. And yeah, I started playing and realised that it was the first one I played. So still a lot of fun. So I got that, and I got the second one that also came out free on Epic a couple of weeks later or something. I've got Aliens there as well. I've got all sorts that I'll probably end up playing on the stream at some stage. I've really got to sort out a good schedule, because at the moment I've obviously got 4 out of the 6 days are taken up by 2 staple games, shall we say, which is the trucking sims and the farming sim. And that just leaves 2 days for other games. And there's a lot of games I'd like to do, but I need a couple of days or so just to concentrate on a certain game to be able to get through, like Transocean, be able to get through. But of course I've got Dyson Sphere, which takes did about 28 streams of that, and I'd rather not. I'd rather take games that, you know, do about 10 or 12 streams, and then I can move on to another game, another game, and another game, instead of having to specialise games, you know. And that way I can actually get through these games, because of course there will be new games coming out, and I want to play them, but I also want to play the old ones as well. And I've got a ton of old ones I want to play. And when I'm saying old, I'm saying 2, 3, maybe 4 years old. It's just that I bought and never got a chance to play. I've got the last Tomb Raider there I want to play. I've got Red Dead Redemption 2 I want to play. There's even Dead Island Definitive Edition I want to play as well. And apparently the second one's coming out. So I've got to really sit down and think and about what I want to do. I mean, with the trucking sim, okay, that's going to be a while, but there's a reason for that. The farming sim, it's because I like farming. It's a niche type of thing, and it gives me a chance for multiplayer. I'd love to have a day dedicated to multiplayer or 2. But it's been able to come up with a play style, because obviously with this one and trucking sim, I've assigned a competition to them, which I could probably have done on a YouTube type deal, but I'm not really interested in doing YouTube at the moment. I don't think I really have been at any stage. So once we get to the end of the challenge of this, of course, I've always said I want to do a multiplayer thing. But I might consider knocking the multiplayer one down to 1 day a week. But it also depends on what gives me the most viewers. Obviously, building a channel, you've got to go with what people are enjoying. And farming sim's not one that is hugely popular, probably because there's plenty of people out there. Everyone plays it sort of differently, and of course there's the people that already dug their claws and got their viewers for it. And I think it's more a YouTube type game than a streaming game, unless you're doing it.
A lot of people are doing FS streams in single player.
Yeah, well, there's a few in multiplayer as well. And a lot of people come in and watch, and they watch because they want to try and get on to the play with you. And to be honest, a lot of them want to get on to play with you because for some reason they want to be on the stream, because they think it's you know, the 15 seconds of fame type deal, you know. People are going to remember them forever because they were on a stream and stuff like that. I think that's the same reason why people ask for shout-outs. I don't understand a shout-out. I'll give a shout-out to someone who's done something worth having a shout-out as a thank you or something like that. Credit where credit's due, and if you can share that credit with other people to say, hey, this awesome person's done this, that's fine. But just having a shout out because you want your name shout out over, even though it's in chat, but the next day no one's going to remember your name. People will remember your name if you come in and regular and chat away and stuff like that. Those people get remembered, you know. But people seem to think it's going to make a difference to their lives. It's going to open up some kind of door. It's not going to do anything for you, except for giving you false sense of satisfaction, a false happiness for 30 seconds or something.
I was going to say, wasn't some statistic like 4 out of 5 Americans have appeared on TV?
Well, probably. Who knows?
Just like, I've never appeared in any, like, again, IRL, I've never appeared in any publication, news, story, like, you know, one of my brothers was in a local newspaper for an award he won from plumbing competition or whatever, and yada yada yada, like, yeah, there's snippets around the rest of my family. I've never actually personally appeared in any sort of media, but online, I've been on the news twice.
Online?
As in Second Life, the virtual world. Admittedly, it was only as an extra / stock footage background character, but there's a journalist who used to do in-world news, and so he used me as I suppose as a model for the story that he was doing. And then these days he does interviews with creators and intellectuals and stuff. So pretty interesting here. German dude too.
I've been in 3 ads. Well, not really ads. I've been in 2 ads and 1 instructional video. The instructional video was done about the safety of swimming, which they use at schools, and my class was in it at the beginning or something like that, because we used to go, even though our school had a pool, during the summertime, instead of going for a swim in the pool, we would be taken down to the beach, and that was about a 15-minute walk from the school. So you go down 15-minute walk, primary school this is too, so obviously with little legs, so 15 minutes. Anyone else with an adult was 5-minute walk. But so we would go down there. It probably even wasn't a 15-minute walk now I think about it. It was actually just down the stairs to the road, across the road, and which into a road directly opposite pretty much the stairs, walk down to the end of that road, and then you cross the road and you're at the beach. So it was probably, well, maybe 15 minutes as a kid. And they were filming something down there, and they got us to, the director decided, oh, let's use these kids. And funny enough, they're still using that video today. Well, last I looked, about 10 years ago or something. And then I was in an ad for Sky City, which is sort of like a casino here in New Zealand, in Auckland. It's a big casino, and event centre and all sorts. And another ad for, believe it or not, chips, potato chips, for an American brand. They for some reason came down here to film a ad for a brand of potato chips sold in America, and me and my son were in that. My son was actually featured, and we got really sick because they did it on a rubbish dump. We were filming on a rubbish dump, then we went in and had they gave the catering and stuff like that, and then we ate, and then me and my son both that night were throwing up. think that's, yeah, that's about it. Oh. My son was also on the news because the place he worked for got robbed by 15-year-olds. And yeah, it was on the news. They've got all caught on CCTV, and yeah, these teenagers came in with weapons and stuff, and his boss's daughter, 5-year-old daughter, was there as well when this happened. So my son got a kick in the head for his troubles trying to protect the little girl. But I think they caught most of them. How much this field we got to go? We might be doing the cotton one the next day, I think. Well, we might be able to start it today because it's just over the road there. I might leave the bales out. And we'll do this field and then we'll do the cotton field and then we'll come and collect the bales.
Bales after.
Yeah. Let's go on this view for a little bit, shall we? Actually, what's me the old frame rate like since I got the games on the super fast hard drives?
Well, the hard drive obviously only affect the loading speed of the game, not the running speed.
Yeah. The other thing too is I've now got the resize bar working. And I might actually go in and change my RAM from XMP to XMP version 2. See what happens. But I really haven't noticed a difference in loading speed, to be honest. It's supposed to be a lot faster. I mean, a lot faster. I've got 2 PCI 4 hard drives installed, M.2s. So, I've got my operating system and the games loaded into there. I didn't see any speed in the Call of Duty loading. I can't remember if this loaded really quick in comparison, to be honest. I mean, most of the speed's taken up by the mods anyway. Makes it so, obviously, the more mods you have, the longer it takes to load. But, copying from one to the other, I definitely saw a change in speed by a long shot. Oh, I'll tell you what, it was just lightning quick. So maybe if I change it, maybe the speed of which the data can be transferred across the motherboard into the RAM makes no difference to whether or not I have these hard drives or the other ones, because you can only go as fast as what the motherboard allows the transfer rate able to do. But you think with a PCI 4 it should be a little quicker. I suppose it depends on the speed of the RAM, doesn't it? I wonder if the XMP2 will make a big difference. Oh, fallen asleep. Still expecting that mod to kick in these things, I think.
Oh, the auto stops.
Yeah, auto stop when you fall, but well, since there's one for surely that's out by now. I'll wait until I stop moving and shaking. That'll be the one. Yeah, since there's a mod for the baler, and these are basically huge balers, aren't they? To make it automatically unload. Maybe there's one for these. Obviously for cotton harvesters, which is what these are converted.
Oh, thank goodness they don't work like that Anderson long baler, the one that does the startling wrapping and one long sausage.
I missed a bit. Is that off the DLC?
Yeah, Anderson pack, I think it was.
Yeah.
That was that one. Self-propelled, like you unload to the funnel, it just moves forward and gives you like one long wrap.
Yeah, I didn't. I think I remember that from Frithgar's stream, but I don't have that DLC. I did have that DLC, but it was gifted to me, and it was also a gift that was bought for multiple people. And John thought that it was bought with a stolen credit card because so many were bought and given to different places around the world. So when I went to update it, when they came out with the first update, it was working fine till I updated it, and then yeah, it wouldn't update it and it stopped it from using it. So the other guys, I told the other guys who got it, and they never updated it. But which is fine. I mean, it got offered because I think they got the money back or something, and it got offered to buy me it, and I went, no, I don't use it. Got enough baling equipment, I don't need extra.
Yeah, well, much like a lot of their equipment DLCs, I think the only one that actually made any sense was that popular bio baler.
I mean, I understand people want into different brands and having different optional brands to do the same job that the other ones do. I don't get into that. It does the job, it does the job. If it does it better and quicker, yeah, I'll be into that. But I'm not going to buy a whole DLC if only one implement does that type of thing. If it does a different job to do a different way to do the same job, same thing, not interested. I'm not spending money for that when I can get the same job done. It's something I've already paid for, so. And I think with some of the DLCs, they've got to come out with something better than just rehashing the same equipment with different brand names on them.
I was going to say, I think the Coon DLC was probably the biggest letdown. Hey, we've got some cultivators and fertilizers. Cool, are they any better or different from what we've already got in the stock game? Not really. Then why?
Yeah. Saying that, the one I did get, I mean, the John Deere one I probably would have if I had the money. In fact, I probably could get it now if I wanted to, but it's no point. But it was the Platinum DLC with the class stuff, and it wasn't just because of the bigger harvesters, because basically I got Stevie harvesters which are bigger and better, and it's just because it was class, because I actually like the class stuff. But apart from that, I didn't get the Alpine thing. I didn't have the money at the time, once again. And the other thing too is the only thing that would really probably interest me maybe would have been just the map, not the small equipment, because basically I prefer bigger maps and use bigger equipment to suit. If I was going to do the Alpine map, I'd probably use the equipment then, but I would have just used it on that one map and then moved on to another one. And that's the thing, because you got so many mods and stuff out there, you know, they're bringing out DLCs with all this equipment, but you got so many options, especially when it comes to types of maps and everything else, where, well, and equipment and everything and mods, so you can play to suit. And then you just end up with a ton of mods on your hard drive getting loaded in, slowing down your game, possibly causing errors because one mod's got a conflict with another one, and you don't even use most of them. I mean, we've got a bunch of mods on here, and I cleared out a lot of my mods. All the mods I've got at the moment is for this map only, and even most of those mods I don't even know we're going to end up using. They're there just in case.
Yep, bloat is definitely the bane of the modern computing experience. Especially with my poor mum. Picked up a new Samsung Galaxy phone and she's confused because she wants to send an SMS, but she's got messages, and Messenger. Can you tell them apart?
Well, Messenger's Facebook, isn't it?
Yep. And then you got what is it, the standard Android messages, which is what I would normally use, and then the Samsung Galaxy skinned messages app. So obviously from the home screen she can get into the Samsung messages, but when she goes through the apps menu, she keeps trying to hit the standard Android one, and I'm like, no, stop touching the blue one, you gotta go for the green one. I don't want to check the messages, then hit the green one.
Well, I need to go off and have a quick break, and I'm going to switch over to Patrio for you lovely people watching, and we're going to try something new today. We've added his sound, so when we switch over there, you'll be able to hear his sound instead of hearing my sound, which generally didn't fit with what he was doing. So, yeah. I should be back soon, and I'll leave you in Patrio's capable hands. Actually, I'll wait until I get to the end of this row and just park to the side for a bit.
Capable? Me? Nah.
I was being generous. I didn't say I was telling the truth.
I was going to say, what's that word? Culpable? I can't remember the definition for it now. I have to Google it. Yeah, another day.
If by chance you finish the last of this before I get back, Field 79 is the next location. Actually, it might be a bit of a drive.
79 is just the river, yeah.
Right, I'll be back soon. Right, I'm back. That button there, right. Oh, Discord unmuted, I hope.
For some reason I'm getting double ups through Discord.
Hey. Double up, as in...
As in I can hear everything your headphones are hearing, myself, you, both noises.
Oh, okay, interesting. Is that better?
Give it a second for the loop lag, but it doesn't sound like it. No, I'm still looping.
I wonder what that is. I wonder if that's coming through the stream, if there's an echo in the stream.
Did you remember to remute? Actually, on the web window shouldn't matter because I'm hearing myself.
No, yeah, nothing's changed. I mean, I've got I muted your thing. I've just got the desktop, the mic, and the Discord as I normally do, so I don't know why it's looping. Seems a bit weird.
Because, that's right. I worked it out. I got the stream going on my second monitor and it was unmuted itself.
Okay.
Don't know why I did that, but
Because I felt like it. Oh, 97, can I get the end of the row? I doubt I will. How full are you? You just emptied out, have you?
yep.
Oh, I'm getting so close. So close. Well, if you're empty, you might as well go off to the other one and I'll finish this one. Because we're both empty anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Or we don't finish off the rest of this. We should have enough to fulfill the contract, don't you?
Yeah, there's only one line left.
And a little bit up here. And we're both empty. Alright, what I'll do is I'll send me the thing over to field 79. And let's turn that out of the way. Let's reset the GPS while we're at it. And then I'll get one of our workers to bring over the truck. And I'll pick up the bales. I know I said I was going to do it the next day, but off you go. Now, you let me hop out before you take off. Right. Oh, that's a point. I need to get an Uber back to the base to grab the thing. Let me call an Uber. And well done. Drop me off at home. Fantastic. Still the same stuff on Netflix there. They haven't changed their programming. Truck, and yeah, hello. We'll take you. Alright, we'll go to 75, or that's what we're on, won't we? And I'll go collect all these bales and drop them off to, what's the time, 2:30? Drop them off, I think, to the warehouse. Right, which is the best way to field 75? Not really sure actually. Is there a bridge there by the gardening centre? I don't think this grass has grown since we mowed it, the one next to the boo. The very first field we did when we arrived on this map. Darkest Walnut, morning to you. Welcome to the stream. How you doing? How's your weekend treating you? How about I look at when I'm driving and not too much on chat? Just looking right at chat. Yeah, not too bad.